It was probably about 4 months into when we started going out, and she just came over. I didn't even know who she was, and this lady came over, lady and his sister came over to use her shower because they were getting their hot water system replaced. And she had a graduation that day, so she's like, "Look, can I, use your shower?" And I'm like Rob's like, "Yeah, no problem, that's fine." So they came over. With him, no, I stayed the night, and I was like, "Oh crap," But and then because he had a share house with a couple of mates, and they had a party the night before, and I'm like, "I'm not going to drink too much because I don't want to stay the night. I don't want to go there yet." And then woke up the next morning, got this phone call. Rob's like, "Oh, my mum and sister are coming over," and I'm like, "Oh, okay." And then people coming in and out all day because people were leaving from the party because everyone crashed there and stuff. So I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool." And these two people came in and they're like, "Oh, hi, how are you?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm really good. How are you?" Blah blah blah. It didn't even occur to me who these people were. And then and then Rob, after they left, "Oh, that was my mum and sister." I was like, "Oh my god." Just little things, like it was, I guess, not being made to feel welcome in the house when we'd go over to her house. Like it would always feel fake, like she was doing it just because, and I don't know whether she thought, "Oh, maybe this is just a fling for Rob," or I'll just, "Hi, how are you," type of thing. But it always felt like there was something there that wasn't right.
But was she happy about your engagement?
No, not very.
Oh. Did she tell you that she wasn't happy?
No.
But you just got that impression.
Rob and I knew that they weren't happy. She wasn't happy especially.
And do you know why she wasn't happy? Was it you, or was it...
I think it was me.
But would it be the same for any daughter-in-law, do you think?
No.
I know.
I don't know. The way that I've put it down to, is, and I don't know if this is just the way that I've worked it out in my head, but the way that I've worked it out to be is that because she hadn't had a husband for so long, Rob, to an extent, filled that void, and he did, like...
So he was a male in her life.
He was a huge male influence in her life, and huge... he did everything. She'd never admit that, but Rob did a lot for her. If her car, Rob's very, very mechanically minded. If something happened with her car, he'd be out there fixing it. And if it went wrong, it was his fault. It's like typical husband-wife wants, but, it's her son. And she didn't say that, and it took Rob a long time for him to say that. Like, I said, you're a son. Yeah, she should be helping her out, but you shouldn't have to do the things that you're doing.
So she wasn't really prepared to let him go.
No, and that's what I've worked it out to be, is that he was her husband, as far as he was the male in her life that she relied on, and she wasn't ready for another woman to take him away from her and expect those things from him. And so that kind of left her at the point of, well, who have I got now? Got a phone call one night, and Rob just gotten home from work. I answered the phone completely out of the blue, completely out of the blue. And this woman was on the other end, and I couldn't really hear her very well. And I'm like, "Hello," because I said hello a couple of times and nothing. And I was getting really, because I'm like, it's a telemarketer, I'm really upset. I'm like, "Hello," and she's like, your language. So she's like, "You're effed up, and you're a selfish bitch, and
So she really laid into you then.
Really laid into me. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, I was like, yeah, okay, I could have handled the situation a lot better, but I was so shocked and out of the blue, like, you know, that this woman would call me up and go off at me.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I kind of hung the phone up and I said, I shouldn't have said this, and I totally know that, and I admit, like, I told Rob, I so shouldn't have said that, and I'm like, that's effed. And I hung up the phone, and I went in bawling my eyes out to Rob, and he's like, what the hell happened? And I was like, she just called and I answered the phone, and I was like, blah, 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 and then he called her back and said, you know, you have no, you know, who the hell are you to do it? You have no right to do that, I don't care. You know, what she had said and yeah, so that was one incident that,
yeah. So
and that has never.
So he supported you.
Yeah.
Instead of finding out what was behind the phone call?
No.
No?
It's still a sore subject, like, it's never been resolved.
It's just random, out of the blue, and then it just has been left hanging.
Yeah. And that's like, that was almost like, what, nearly 6 years ago. And then it came to a point where, you know, I'd called her Kay, and that was fine, you know, she was like, no, you know, I wouldn't call someone, you know, I think I'm pretty respectful, and like, I don't know if that was a issue for her that I called her Kay, like, but after 5 years, you kind of, you know, it's either Kay or Mum, like, you know.
That's right.
I don't know what to call it, like if it's rejection or negativity or just she doesn't like the person I am. What's the point in making a relationship with someone when all you're going to do is get slapped in the face?